Hi, welcome to HauteMamas. Today is sponge day. Now, Lisa's been telling me
for a long time
that Beauty Blender is a must, and I say that I'm not
Pshaw.
sure that it is.
She says pshaw.
So I bought
This is my well-loved Beauty Blender right here. It's a little bit dirty, but this is going to be the benchmark of greatness for the day.
So I wanted to test Real Techniques.
I also have that too.
Base, and then this by Basic Beauty Tools, this foundation blender in Britain. Don't ask.
Oh.
Don't question me.
We need our beauty blenders from Britain. Specifically. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I've also got one from the drugstore, Canadian drugstore from Quo.
So we've got a bunch of different varieties. This was $6. This I think came in a box. I don't know the price, but I'll put it down below. I'll put links and the price down below.
And it wasn't that expensive. It's like $13 or something.
I'll put the links and the
Beauty blender is like $28 or something.
No, $65. The Beauty blender is.
No, what?
Yeah.
No, it's $28.
Still, that's a lot of money for a
sponge. But it's a good sponge. It's the sponge by which all other sponges are measured.
Mm-hmm. I have my doubts.
Okay. Well,
so
we'll see.
We'll see. We're going to go and wet down the sponges, and then we were going to apply.
We're testing out a new foundation. On top of that,
as well,
we're going to test out CoverGirl. We're going to do a drugstore face today, which we'll link in another video.
Yeah, it'll be up there.
But to start out with, we're going to try this L'Oreal, or is it L'Oreal?
No, it's CoverGirl.
Whoopsies, CoverGirl. CoverGirl Vitalist Elixir Foundation, which is new out in the drugstore. So we're going to give that a go.
But on top of a primer.
On top of a primer,
which you just got.
Which I just got.
From the drugstore.
Which is from Pixie by Petra. Yep. And it's the Flawless and Poreless Primer. I figured that was
That's a good one. Because I have the War on Pores that's ongoing.
Right. So we're going to try that primer underneath the foundation using all of the sponges. And I guess what we're going to do is going to be...
I need to try your Beauty Blender.
Yeah.
So I might go right, left, Beauty Blender.
And I will do right, left, forehead Beauty Blender too.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to go dampen our brushes. We'll be right back. Okay. We got everything wet.
So we have wet sponges. So one of the things that is... important to sort of note is that the size that it becomes after getting wet. I guess maybe we can do a screen grab of the Beauty Blender, but this is a Beauty Blender after it's wet. The Real Techniques sponge.
This is it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hang on. Okay, hold on.
So this is the difference in the size after it's wet. When you're using a sponge, what you want is a texture that's like soft and not really stiff. You know, like, because if you have a stiff sponge, then it's just going to pounce dots all over your face as opposed to blending in your makeup. So this Quo one out of these three is probably the stiffest, most dense sponge, I think. And between those two, the one from Britain and the Real Techniques.
This one is the stiffest, I think.
Yeah.
This Real Techniques is softer.
So you can even probably do a little test on your arm by putting on a dot of foundation. Let's do 3 dots of foundation. 1, 2, 3, like that.
I'll do 2 because I have 2.
Maybe I don't need that much.
I have 2.
Let's see. This might not work, but... That one worked pretty well.
So this one, I used the orange one, the Real Technique. So did this one.
Yeah, that one worked pretty well.
So I like both of these worked equally well.
Well, wait, try the Beauty Blender then too. Okay. They all work pretty well actually.
See? Yeah, see, I would say it's about equal.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, so we've changed the plan a little bit. Jackie is going to use the Beauty Blender on her forehead.
I'm putting the the Basic Beauty Tools on the right cheek and the Real Techniques one on the left cheek.
And Beauty Blender on the forehead.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use this one on one side.
That's the Basic Beauty Tools.
This one on
Real
this side.
Techniques.
And then I'll use the Quo one on my forehead. So that's our plan.
Primer first.
Primer first. All right. So we have this Pixie by Petra Flawless and Poreless Primer. Let's give that a go. Shall we?
Yep.
Here, you squirt how much you want. Oh, that was maybe too much. Oh well. And no offensive smell.
No.
It glides on pretty nice.
Yeah. Agreed.
Doesn't have a sheen to it, so it's not going to make it more shiny.
Yes, God. Help me from luminous primer. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah.
So I think we need.
And we need to note that I have oily skin. This has got dry
combo dry skin.
Okay, the primer has dried. So what I'm going to be using on my right side, I'm going to start there. I'm going to put the foundation on the back of my hand. And I'm going to start on the right side with the Foundation Blender by Basic Beauty Tools.
I'm going to start on my forehead with the Quo sponge from the drugstore in Canada. So I'm going to start by pouncing into this. And then on my face, which I'm going to need the mirror for because I can't see. And how are you feeling about the Beauty Blender? Or no, about the...
I like.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Feels good?
Yeah.
This Quo one's pretty good too, actually. It's not stiff or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like this one.
I hate it.
Yeah, me too. I actually like this one quite a lot.
We should actually do 2 layers of foundation just because.
Don't make it too complicated, but we could try.
Okay, so I'm done my forehead with the Quo.
Okay, I'm down my right side of my face with the Basic Beauty Tools, and I really like it.
I'm going to use the Basic Beauty Tools on the right side of my face as well.
I'm off to Real Techniques. Real Techniques on the left side of my face.
Here we go. No, I don't like this one. This one's too stiff. Do you feel the difference?
Not yet. I'm on the Real Techniques one.
Well, pounce this again now that you've done this. And then pounce the Real Techniques.
I like it. I like the.
You like the stiff one?
Mm-hmm.
This one is a bit stiffer, for sure.
But I think I might not mind the stiffness. I think that might be. It might have to do, honestly, with my. I have a hand that I don't get a lot of feedback from because I have nerve damage to it, and maybe I get more feedback from the stiffer one.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I hope this dries down because it's pretty shiny. This foundation.
Yeah. I have to coat the back of that mirror because it's changing the lighting completely. We're in the dark now.
Yeah, I don't like this one as much as the Quo one, I have to say. Okay, moving on. I'm doing my...
So far, I like the British one the best, the Basic Beauty Tools.
Over Beauty Blender?
I haven't done Beauty Blender.
Oh, okay.
I'm just doing that now. So on my forehead is going to be Beauty Blender.
I'm going to use a Real Techniques on the left-hand side of my face. Let's see.
And I'm trying to use the same technique throughout because I want to have a look in the mirror really closely after and find out if there's truly any difference to the colors.
This is super shiny, but you know what? The color's pretty. Well, for me. Okay.
Color's okay for me too, weirdly.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know why? Because there's probably, 8 color choices for this?
Yeah.
Versus like the Ordinary, which has 26 different flavors.
Right.
So it's not going to be as specific.
Thoughts about the foundation? It's super, super dewy.
Yeah.
We'll see after it dries down. The coverage is, I would say, medium. Medium coverage. You can still see discolorations through it. Okay, I'm going to fix all the pieces of my face with the right sponge.
You know what? What? I'm going to try and move in really closely. So, on my forehead was Beauty Blender. On my right side was the Basic Beauty Tools, and on my left side was the Real Techniques. And I think for coverage and the way it works with my specific face, I like this wins.
Really?
Yeah, look at my face. Real, that one, this one, and then up here's
this side.
That's this one.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, let me see yours.
Here's mine up close. It's pretty shiny. Oh, this one was this side? No, this side. It's pretty shiny. Have to.
So I'm finishing the rest of my face with the sponge that I actually like, which is the Foundation Blender by Basic Beauty Tools. That wins. I've tried 3.
Yeah, you could take your Beauty Blender and
see, but look, the coverage and the way it bounces off my particular skin. This is way better. For you. I did the exact same technique, the exact same amount of time. And this one is way more.
I like my Beauty Blender the best. Then I like the Real Techniques sponge next. And then I like the Quo one. And then that one would be last for me.
Wow. Yeah. This is first for me. Then Beauty Blender.
But you know what we haven't tried? Is concealer.
No, right. We haven't. We could right now.
Yep. So I'm going to finish off my face using my preferred Beauty Blender. And then we're going to try... We have how many sponges? 4 and 4 eyes. That's good. So this foundation looks like it does layer nicely.
Yep.
But it's very shiny.
Yep. Let's see if it'll dry down a bit. Maybe we'll turn the camera off for a bit and put the fan on.
Yeah.
And find some concealer to try out. Oh, we have some. Excellent. All right, so let's turn on the fan. Hi, we're back. It looks like it dried down quite a bit. On the back of my hand, it dried down a lot. So we just have to maybe wait for it to kind of
set more.
Set more, yeah.
So in order of preference, well, actually, let's do the concealer first and then decide.
Yeah.
So let's decide on our eyes. You do one eye with the Beauty Blender and the other eye with that, and I'll do one eye with the Beauty, what's this one called?
That one is the Basic Beauty Tools Foundation Blender.
From Britain.
Yeah.
And then the Real Techniques one.
Yep.
And Jackie's using the Quo one and the Beauty Blender. For our partial drugstore look, we're going to be using Maybelline Age Rewind, which I really like a lot, and you can tell because I'm almost out.
Wow.
So let's do that. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna put some down. Don't have any primer on though under my eyes.
Neither do I. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Okay. It feels, this is usually, there's more concealer than I would normally use. Okay.
Oh well.
Blending.
And we're blending.
And we're blending.
Yeah, now we're going to have to fix it up because it's quite a bit brighter. This is my wintertime concealer.
Wow.
But it's the only drugstore one I have. Oh, no, I don't. I have a Maybelline Fit Me one, which I could have brought to you.
It actually...
It's okay. It's like, it's fine.
It eventually blended. One thing I like about the Beauty Blender that the Quo doesn't have is that it's got that nice sharp little point there.
Right, yeah.
You can get right into...
So does that Beauty one from Britain.
Yeah.
But I like this Real Techniques one too. Okay.
I don't think I like this one as much. I think I feel like I I tend to be too angry with it, like push. Instead of letting it bounce, I'm like shoving. Like, you know, this one I kind of more.
So out of the, it's funny how different.
Yeah.
For concealer, this one first, Real Techniques. The Beauty one next from Britain. And I haven't tried the Quo one, but that came in last for foundation for me.
For me, it was this one first for concealer.
You didn't use that for concealer. You used the Quo one.
Oh, that's right. This one first, then Quo. I don't love the Quo.
I don't love the Quo either. I think the Quo is kind of the loser of the bunch.
Yeah.
By Lisa.
Yep. Okay, we're set.
Yep.
So that's it for sponges. Now you know everything that we know about sponges. And I maintain that I think I don't need a beauty blender. After trying that.
I need this beauty blender. I needs it. Or if I don't have one of those, then I will use one of these.
And I will use one of these. And if I don't have this foundation blender by Basic Beauty Tools, yeah, I would use this one, which is the Real Techniques. I would stay.
Real Techniques is a solid choice.
Solid choice.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what?
It kind of was in the middle.
It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper than the Beauty Blender. Beauty Blender is like $28, and this one was like $13, so it's like half the price.
Yeah. And this one was like $6 with shipping and everything.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, that's a pain in the butt factor.
Yeah.
That's when you go to the drugstore and you buy and
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, here we are again. This time we're doing a foundation follow-up. So how much time has elapsed since we put this foundation on?
Probably about 2 hours.
I took a photo of what it looks like for both of us, and I'm going to insert it here. Huge success. I think that would be, if that was mine, it would be in my bag.
Yeah, it looks like this particular foundation is better for drier skin, for oily skin. Jackie's experiencing breakthrough already.
And my pores.
Yeah. And I don't have the oily skin, but it's still not good for my pores either.
And it kind of went into the pores after about an hour. Like it's
not dotting. It's not dotting. On close inspection, it's not dotting or anything, but it feels.
On me, it is.
Is it dotting? Okay.
Look at my forehead.
Yeah, it's not turning into dots on me. It's not settling into fine lines and wrinkles. But it is kind of, for her, it's settling into her pores. It hasn't done that for me quite yet. But it does feel kind of cakey on. Mm-hmm. Where's your phone? We should do the transfer test. Let's see if it transfers.
La 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 la. You're usually talking to me.
Let's see. Wait. No transfer. Okay, so that's good.
La 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 la.
Is it transfer for you? Oh yeah, it transfers a lot more for you.
Yeah.
So because you're oilier skin than I am, so
yeah.
Anyway, so I would probably give this a 6.5 out of 10. I wouldn't repurchase it, and I wouldn't use it on the regular, but it's not a terrible foundation. I don't mind it.
I'd give it.
But I have dried combo skin. I think.
I'd pick anything other than that, I think. Like any stick foundation or
anything.
Anything scrape out of a sample container. Like I really would. I might even not use foundation rather than do that. Because what it ends up happening, you can't see it on camera on the video, but when in photos you can see it, it just makes me look worse than as if I wasn't wearing foundation at all.
Okay. So what we'll do is later on in the day, I'll send Jackie a picture of how it's doing. Like sometimes on me, it'll separate all in this area. We'll see if that happens. And if it does, I'll take a picture of it and we'll insert it.
So that's our foundation and sponge episode. Thanks for joining us on HauteMamas Live. We're available on Twitter and Instagram at HauteMamas Live. We have a website called HauteMamasLive.com. And of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel by pushing the button above Lisa's head and ring the bell if you'd like to get an email when we have a new episode out. Thanks very much for joining us. Bye.